Hi Aries, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your Saturday the 17th to Saturday the 24th reading. If you guys enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. You know what to do. Welcome back to those of you who are already members of my community. And I really want to thank you guys so much for your beautiful condolences regarding the passing of my dad. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. It was 10 days between losing my mother-in-law and then my dad. So, you know, busy. That's why I have not posted. Thank you for your patience. All right, so let's get right into this Taurus season. Let's go. With the sun entering Taurus on the 19th, this is all about focusing on what we value. And for you guys, this is going to be in your second house of things that you value. Right? Because Taurus is the landlord of that second house. So it has to do with money, the clothes on your back, the roof over your head, the food you put in your mouth, all of that. So you have that going on. And Mercury is going to be entering into Taurus. We have mending, Aries. So you're going to be healing something. Let's pull 3 for you guys, okay? Never-ending story. The mending of a never-ending story. We have thinker really trying to put things in perspective. And I see this. I like that we're getting this with Mercury entering Taurus. Because again, thinking things through very carefully for you in that second house. We have the sun entering Taurus for you in the second and Mercury entering into Taurus in the second there. Both on the 19th. And so there's going to be a lot of, like, whenever Mercury is in Taurus, our thinking is really down to earth, solid and grounded. Common sense reigns over. Maybe thinking that we're thinking maybe a little too elaborately about at another point. We communicate more deliberately under this influence. Our mind and our worldview is sort of oriented to the world of the 5 senses, and there's going to be a lot of attention here, though, to simplify our lives in whatever area this is impacting us. And for you, again, having to do with the second house, you want money, you want things you value, you want your sense of self, you want to simplify everything. You want to just heal something and simplify it, if it's possible, if it's even possible. Is what I see happening. 5th house has to do with romance. It has to do with children. It has to do with anything creative. We have the moon. The moon has to do with mother. We have children, mother. Okay. Some of you may be very deeply in thought about having children. The moon does rule the 4th house, Cancer, of home. This is all about our emotion, your emotions as well, right? Because the moon rules our emotions, things that we're feeling underneath. And then we have Aries. Aries is the landlord of the 1st house of self. Obviously, it is you guys, but it is really thinking about your emotions maybe, and how you even feel about romance, how you feel about having children, how you feel about some sort of creative endeavor. You're doing a lot of looking at your emotions here in this thinking energy, for sure. And it's like you want to heal something that keeps remaining in this cyclical space. You don't wish to be in that cyclical space anymore. I'm getting that you really want to really fix something, like once and for all, almost like a all right already kind of energy. Sagittarius, yeah. Sagittarius is the landlord of the 9th house, and this is our belief system. It's religion. It's our personal philosophy, our moral code, our moral compass, and where we see ourselves going, right? It's about luck and expansion, right? It's being very philosophical and independent in our thinking, right? Very ethical, very ethical. Really being very focused on what it is that we want, need, and desire. And I see you guys being very, very focused on that with that Taurus energy in your second house, right? Definitely. And then on the 23rd, you do have Mars entering Cancer in your 4th house of home. So this is where you're really going to be focused on being in sync with your emotions. You know, you may feel very protective of your security, of your family, of your home, of all of that, right? That's Cancer, feeling very grounded, rooted, and safe and secure. Or it could even be your physical home, right? You may be in that space. I mean, Mars is typically kind of softened up in Cancer unless the energy feels threatened. So if you feel like you're in a situation where you feel like your sense of security, your sense of home, of course, if you feel like somebody is trying to do something shady, you're going to be very protective of that energy, right? So you can feel very overtly aggressive, instead of defensive. You just want to be careful there. But whatever you do, right, it's going to really depend on the mood of the moment, because Cancer is all about emotions, right? Having to do with that fourth house. So don't be surprised if your moods vacillate, having to do with what you think you need to feel very grounded, rooted, safe, and secure, or if your moods vacillate regarding some sort of either investment of a property or something about your home. You know, you might feel one way one day, and then the next day you feel a little differently. So we're going to pull general energies. Those of you who've been watching me know I typically do separate the relationship from the career. I'm not going to be doing that tonight, guys. I'm just going to see whatever comes out, just to kind of get myself back into the groove of doing my readings after a challenging couple of weeks. I do have a few extra angels over on the other side right now helping me out. So let's see if we can't get some good messages. Coming into this energy, we have the High Priestess in the reverse. So the High Priestess in the reverse is about clouded insight and blocked intuition, Aries. So you may be in a situation having to do with either some sort of cyclical situation in work, in an intimate situation, a family situation, where you're not able to sort of see the forest for the trees. And it's not that you lack emotional intelligence by any stretch, but there's some sort of, your insight is being clouded by something, or there's some sort of blocked intuition that's been going on up to this point. There's something that you haven't been like seeing fully. Or maybe you have been and you haven't really wanted to admit it, right? There's always that, right? Wanting to ignore some sort of red flags. We have the Two of Cups in reverse as one of the foundation energies. And this is a breakup energy, separation, disinterest, arguments. And it's being challenged by the Nine of Swords here. And the Nine of Swords is in the reverse, it's better than in the upright, right? Because this is about rest and recovering and healing and actually feeling a kind of relief from something that was like an extreme torment, right? So we have this idea of, oh, there's a lot of tension here, Aries. I feel like there's a lot of tension. This doesn't have to be that you guys broke up. I'm giving you the different ways that this can manifest. It can mean breakup or separation, but could also just mean an argument, or even you wondering if you're even as interested in the situation anymore. You know, do you still want to be in that relationship, that marriage, that job? Do you still want to be connected to that friendship even? And you know, in the Nine of Swords, it's kind of like you've been going through a lot, okay? And now you're on the other side of the worst part. And now you're in this space where you're just like kind of figuring out like what you really, really want at the end of the day. We have the Magician energy, which is the crowning. And this is a straight up Mercury energy. Magician is Mercury. What does Mercury rule? Gemini and Virgo. And Gemini is all about communication. Now, for some of you, this could be communication regarding something to do with your siblings, something to do with some sort of contract, because these are all also Gemini energies, third house energies. It's also Virgo. Virgo is also ruled by Mercury, which is the sixth house. So there might be communication regarding a health issue, right? Sixth house rules the health, mental, physical, emotional. This also can have to do with work, having a conversation regarding and figuring something out, though, trying to problem solve. It also rules the day-to-day experience. So maybe trying to have a conversation about that relationship. How can we fix it? What do we have to do? Right? Because the Magician is an alchemical energy. So it's trying to blend these energies together, communication with problem solving kind of thing. And what is it that we need to do? What is the answer for this situation? Is it to end it? Is it to maybe seek help? What should we do? And then we have the Knight of Cups energies, the foundation. So the Knight of Cups, it does indicate a proposal coming in. This does indicate an emotional time within an existing relationship or partnership. This could also indicate being very wrapped up in a new partner. New friends can enter your life here as well. Now, some of you, if you're meeting a person who is like this, because it's a court card, could be a general influence, it could be a particular person, or it could be you. So if it's a particular person, you might be meeting somebody who's an idealist, and they could seem pretty perfect at the outset, but they can have a hard time getting out from behind a false persona where they're unable to drop this act of who they really are. So just make sure that you take your time with anything new. For those of you who are meeting either a new potential mate or a new friend, a new business partner, someone may come on rather strong and seem really committed to whatever situation it is, but you want to make sure that their walk matches their talk, okay? And then finally, if this is simply you, you want to be open to real love or real experience or real connection with any kind of partnership, friendship, whatever it is. Don't judge something by its initial appearance, okay? But as that general energetic influence, this does indicate a proposal coming in, being a very emotional time. And you here, showing up for you, comes the Ten of Pentacles. This is a will you marry me card, right? Ten of Pentacles is a family card, and it's about maturity, deepening of commitment, shared values, really good energy for you. I mean, this is really, I always say the Taurus season is the season of values and really getting in touch with what it is that we want. So I love this. This could have to do with property. This could have to do with inheritance, legacy, sharing, children, having children, expanding your family, purchasing a business together, getting a home together. There again, it's this idea of coming together and family. Are they getting help from family? You guys becoming family, whatever it is. I'm getting that that's where you're at, Aries, okay? Now we have the Four of Cups, which is external to you, and this is impacting you. So the Four of Cups is an energy of apathy, of boredom, of restlessness, of identifying, issues that are wrong in a situation. You know what I mean? I mean, tongue-in-cheek wrong. Like, what does wrong really mean? But somebody external to you is identifying that something is wrong. Now, you may be experiencing this as well as just the energy surrounding you, or this can be a partner, business partner, intimate partner, or even a friend, where they're saying to themselves, okay, or you're saying to yourself, I can't be in this situation because of A, B, and C. Right? But what they need to look at is they need to heal some sort of past unhealed issue in their own soul. And not to say that they don't have any validity in how they feel. They may be totally valid in why they feel the way they feel. But the Four of Cups energy is very much a finger pointing energy, if you know what I mean. Where either you're pointing fingers at them, they're pointing fingers at you, you guys are pointing fingers at each other, having to do with some sort of situation. But it is this idea of the checklist energy. They do this, this, and this, and because of that, I can't be with them. And they do that, that, and that, and I definitely can't be with them because of that. And there could be several things true at once. That might be true, but there's this lack of self-analysis here. So whether this is you and this is just sort of surrounding you, but this is external to you. So it's either just sort of surrounding you because of the situation you're in, or this is an energy that you're dealing with where they're putting a lot of blame on you and they're not really looking at themselves very closely. Now the block here is the King of Pentacles. Now this is a challenge for you. So, while you want to make the most of your assets, right? And this is a nice energy. And this is somebody who's generous and hardworking, somebody who prefers to be in something settled, either a settled relationship, a settled career, a settled family situation, whatever it is, right? But this person has no patience, for anyone looking to take what's theirs, right? He doesn't want to, and this is a block. So this could certainly be and show up as an issue with sharing, with being very open with money, being open with communication, being open with connection, depending on how this is resonating. So it's like they're there, right? Very apparently very giving, but to a point where and how it could show up, which is a very important point to note out, but note depending on how you're resonating with this. If it has to do with connection, right? Nothing to do with money, okay? Let's say this is the kind of thing where you're afraid that somebody's going to come in and try to change you, that somebody is trying to take a piece of you away from who you are and what it is that you want for yourself and what it is that you feel you need to be in your life, because it doesn't meet their expectations of what they think you should be. And that's how it can manifest if it doesn't have to do with money. If it has to do with money, you have no patience for those looking to take what's yours regarding money, Or you might be dealing with an energy who is not very giving with their own resources as well, right? The different ways that it can manifest. I'm trying to give you different interpretations of it. And then we have in the near future, we have the Two of Wands energy. This is a good card, really. It's about making plans and moving forward. This does indicate it's a partnership energy. You gaining influence in, for those of you resonating in having to do with work, your approach to something. But there are two aspects to a situation, right? And you have to figure out what is the best for you. So it has to do with a job, let's just say. What will best maximize your skill set? If it has to do with relationship, this can indicate a new romantic partnership, possibly through work or friends. This could also indicate trying to start off on a fresh path with somebody who you've been involved with, but in a different way. But overall, this is a great opportunity energy, allowing you to elevate in your life, either personally or publicly, whatever it is. So it's a really nice energy. You know, Mars in Aries is a good energy for sure. Now we have as a final outcome the Tower reverse. So this is really about like disaster averted, right? But feeling rather oppressed, Aries. There's something that's making you feel very sort of I'm calling it oppressed. I'm just getting this very oppressed kind of energy. But yet you have this fear of change, and you're very concerned about security. You're really looking to really avert some sort of disaster. So maybe some of you, if you're in a relationship or you're in a connection, you're in a job of some sort, and you know things have really not been going well, you're really doing your best to try to fix something because you are very concerned, it does seem like, about what will your life be like moving forward if this particular situation doesn't work out, whether it's that relationship or that job. Does seem. So let's pull 3 cards to clarify the Tower. So we have the Queen of Swords, we have the 4 of Pentacles reversed, and we have the 7 of Pentacles. Okay, interesting. This came out the same way for another sign, and that same clarify the 7 of Pentacles. Let me pull one more. 2 of Swords. Okay, yeah. So we have the Queen of Swords. So you're really all about being honest here for sure, or the truth is very necessary here, very motivated to find out the truth and the psychological motivation of the person that you're dealing with, right? I mean, this is really about being strong in the face of adversity and being very determined, very determined and strong. And we have the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse, and this is really being concerned about money. This is a poverty mindset and feeling very vulnerable when it comes to money for many of you. Some of you may be even experiencing bankruptcy, thinking of bankruptcy, something like that. If not, it could even be that poverty mindset where you actually have plenty of money, but you're just super concerned about it, right? And that could have to do with how things are aspecting in your chart, you know, depending on obviously like how that Cancer energy is impacting you. But, you know, keep in mind, we do have Mars entering Cancer in that 4th house. So you are going to feel, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, feel very protective of your security, your family, your home. Definitely going to be feeling very focused on that. And then we have the 7 of Pentacles, all about being patient. Patience, right? Whatever you're in has the potential for success. Just don't give up. You're almost there, right? Your future self is going to thank you, but this is going to require some patience. There's some new cycle that's starting for you. Because whenever we have 7, it's the 4 of the world and the 3 of the Trinity. It's kind of where heaven and earth meet to incite a new cycle. So it's a very destiny-driven energy here, even though it's a minor arcana. It's a very powerful one. 7's a very powerful. And then we have the 2 of Swords. So the 2 of Swords is about negotiation, needing to make a decision regarding more than one path. And it's like I'm feeling like you feel this sense of lack in either money or connection, and you need to decide, you know, what needs to be done here. What do you need to do? This situation isn't going away. Okay, you're at this emotional stalemate. You need to make a decision, and you're going to feel this need right now to protect yourself. You have to stand your ground, say what you think. A decision about the future is absolutely needed here, though, but do it with an exercised patience, because the energy is available to mend. It does. I do see this, right? But it's sort of the cyclical situation. But think about it a little more differently, and you are going to be thinking about it, you know, thinking things through very thoroughly, being very focused on your security right now and what it is that you need. And that's not going to be a negotiable thing for you. You know, within your mind, you're very concerned about that, is what is coming up here, which is understandable. Okay, so let's pull these out. Let me just pull these away. And let me just pull a couple of extra cards for relationship as well as career. So let's just pull some Island Time Wellness oracles for relationship. Okay, we have axe being clarified by date, palm tree, clarified by twin flames, coffin, sunglasses, self-indulgent, and passion. So the axes indicate a breakup, separation, stopping the pattern, abandonment, silent treatment. Clarifying that, we have meeting somebody new, dating, getting back out there, planning and setting a date. So there's some sort of challenge going on here for those of you in relationship. We have palm tree, stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance. You're very focused on that, flexibility. And then we have that clarified by twin flame energy. So twin flame energy is really about complementing each other and trying to find the balance, trying to find this stability. So I feel like you sort of like were really sort of emotionally distant. It does seem like that, but then there was kind of this realization. And then we have coffin, endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. And then we have sunglasses, which is about looking, stalking, focusing out, focusing on the big picture with sunglasses. And then we have self-indulgence, focusing on self-worth, time to heal, time to do shadow work and appreciate self. And then we have passion, like each other equally, having fun, insane chemistry. I need to pull some clarifiers on these guys because I feel like I'm getting two different stories here. We have the Queen of Swords, we have the Sun, we have the Princess of Cups, and we have the Ten of Cups. Okay. Yeah, so we have the Queen of Swords is very focused on the truth, motivated to find the truth of a situation, being very strong, having everything that you need in relationship just to kind of move forward in life. Really, I mean, that's what this means. Growing a beautiful connection. Some of you may be even taking a vacation to sort of get away from things right now. And we have this Princess of Cups, which indicates a new cycle in the relationship where you guys are able to connect in a different way, in a good way, in a way that really speaks to your heart. Now this, you know, I am feeling this more than anything right now. And then we have the Ten of Cups energy, which is beautiful. Family, contentment, the benefits of security, great time for family partnerships. Whatever you've been working hard on is finally going to come together in any area. Communication, romance, family. So it does seem like it's going to go in a good way, but it seems like you guys are in a bit of a strained, let's just say that, position right now. Does seem like there are other energies who sort of want to enter the scene, but you guys are not done with each other just yet, is what I see. All right, so let's pull a couple of energies for career. So we have Scorpio, we have Jupiter, we have the 10th house. 10th house is Capricorn is landlord. It's a Saturn energy. It has to do with career. Then we have Jupiter, which is about luck and expansion. And we have Scorpio, which does indicate transformation and change. Do you feel like some of you may be doing a lot of changing, a lot of leveling up, having to do with that Scorpio energy, having to do with your career? You have the Two of Swords, so being in an emotional stalemate with yourself and needing to figure out what the best answer is, right? It's time to think about the future. You want to protect yourselves. The situation, again, is not going away. You have to resolve this. You have to make a decision. You have to stand your ground. Very important that you communicate what it is that you want and need here. We have the King of Swords. So again, this is really about somebody, you just being so focused on the mind rather than the heart, taking charge of your circumstances. Taking charge. And we have the Eight of Coins. Eight of Coins. The 8 is the number of mastery. So in general, you're going to be utilizing a very logical and diligent approach to work here, focusing on responsibilities in a very diligent and hardworking way. Money or connection ends up as a result of that, which is really good. And you're going to be able to formulate things for yourself, right? This is very much a crystallizing energy. The Magician is all about Mercury. So the Mercury rules Gemini. Gemini is the 3rd house of all modes of communication, learning something new, signing a contract on the dotted dotted line. And then it also rules Virgo, which rules the 6th house of day-to-day work environment, who you work with and for. It's also the house of solving problems. So there's going to be communication about solving some problem. If you've been dealing with something that's been sort of, you're feeling either stagnant or you're feeling this need to grow yourself in your job, I feel like something's going to be happening here that's going to incite some sort of expansion. An ending and beginning, but it's going to end up expanding you, right? Because we have that Scorpio and Jupiter, the dice that we pulled. So that is what I have for you, my friends. I hope this was helpful for you in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.